Hello everybody. What have I been up to? A lot of wiring. This is my 1952 GMC. I am Luke Dale of Dieselpumpuk UK and I've been working very hard on this to impress you all. And I've been doing lots and lots of wiring just recently. This vehicle had no wiring in it whatsoever, nothing. So I've done lamps to make some little brackets, nothing too complicated, to conduit throughout to route the wiring. And I decided to go with solid state style relay to turn all the lights on. Now, if you've seen my 1957 Series 1 Land Rover build, you would see I used a solid state relay in that, and it turned on the lights, the fans, everything electrical. It just did it all on one switch panel. With the success I had with that one, I ordered another 2 of the aux beam units. Anyway, they didn't come over and over again because all aux beam stuff comes directly from China. And they kept saying, no, just wait. Eventually, after 2 months of getting nothing, PayPal refund, unfortunately. So I was left with having to order another similar style unit. This is the RGB 8-gang or 12-gang dimmable switch panel kit. Don't buy this. If you are building an automotive, if you are doing anything that has metal in the body, don't buy this. This is useless for an automotive build. And I'm going to show you why. Come with me into the cab is the actual unit. And the problem is, with this unit, you can't share an earth. So take, for example, this headlight. It has a low beam, a high beam, and an earth, a communal earth. It shares one earth for high and low beam. So in one of these units, for every system, you get a pos and a neg. So you put in your pos and your neg into those two. You didn't have to on the aux beam. On the aux beam version, you didn't have to use any of the earths. You could just use a ground and it just worked. What happened is I turned all this on, turn it on for you. You can see that's the switch panel, and then you'd have stickers over the top. When you turn them on, they light up, and look, it lights up the solid state relay when you press the button. Turned it on and all the back lights came on at the same time. Have a look at this then. If we put the earth on the earth, and we put the pos to any of these positives, if you look at my multimeter, they're live. None of these are switched on. So that means that all of the positives are permanently on. Okay, switched earth system. Not ideal. Can't have a switched earth system, can you? Because you've got 2 lives and 1 earth. So how do you switch on the 2 functions of the light if both of those are permanently positive? The second you put an earth to earth, it lights both lights up. And it got worse. Watch this. If you put, so let me switch one on for you. So if I switch that one on, when I press the button, you see how the light comes on. If I get an earth and I just put it on the body and I put this top earth here, see how it's lit it up? The second I put that to ground, the earth to ground, it switches the unit on. In the instruction manual it says, some of the lights that will come with multiple colours, turn signals or halo will have more wires. In the switch panel you need to use 2 or more switches to achieve all of their functions. How? You need to cut the skin off part of the negative wire and split the cable in 2. Yeah, cool. And then it's basically saying that you put the split earths, earth and earth into the earth. I did that, but the second that you connect 2 earths together, watch what happens. My audience generally impresses me, so most of my audience will be following me. So look how I've put a loop wire between those 2 earths. Watch what happens when I turn on one of those items. See what's happened? Both have come on. See, both lights have come on. That's just, and look, one button. So the second you connect any of the earths, it just lights them up. And ideally, you want all the earths connected because, well, everything on this vehicle has a connected earth, doesn't it? That's how it works, ground return. So this system is useless for automotive. So if you've bought one of these for your project, send it back. And if you've set all your wiring out and made it all perfect length to make that work, what am I going to do next? I'm going to forget about this for a little bit because I've got options. I can use relays, I can use some switches and stuff, but all the wiring that I've already routed in, I'm going to have to rip all back out. But that's all part of the fun of it, isn't it? That is all part of the fun of building a build. We want to be creative people. So what am I doing next to mount an oil cooler? My traditional oil cooler that I use on everything, no, because the brackets are in the way. Plan B. Luckily, I had the oil cooler left over from green Dodge Charger build. I'll be able to get that to fit under the cowl somehow. It'll be probably the other way. Might mount some little tabs onto there and mount some little tabs on there.
Why don't you just use your new one and just chop these brackets, make a slit or something like?
The brackets that are holding the intercooler on.
Well, yeah, you're still going to keep the bolt there. No?
Well, I'll show you. If you're interested, I'll show you. Seeing as you've shown interest for once. So this is the cowl, and the cowl sits there. It's like if it had been maybe a couple of inches shorter, it might have worked, but you'd still have issues with the pipes. Whereas with that other one, I might be able to make it work. It's not going to work either, is it? Because this is
How's that remotely going?
Yeah, you're right. That's not. I come round and I just have a look at this gold stuff.
Ah, and then do you feel inspired?
I feel way better. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I look at the gold stuff and I think, yes, I can't wait to hear this running one day in the very future, because I'm having to around with wiring. God.
You know, there's a saying, I don't know if you've heard of it, a bad workman blames his tools.
Yeah, but some workmen don't blame anything and they just send out really bad work and don't say anything. And you're just like, oh, he seems sound. 6 months later, 2,000 errors that you have to unpick and unwind. Do you think we should start the video again? Start a new clip. Today, I'm so excited. See, we're gonna have to fill up with oil. And you're not gonna believe it. There is no dipstick. So what I've got to do to go inside, so I've turned on the onboard computer, and because there's a suspension fault, it won't let me check the oil.